around the button.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Hot Wheels Dad. I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of my channel. If this is your first time here, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe. I encourage you to browse the rest of the channel. I really have some content up there that I really think you're gonna like. Consider giving me a subscribe if you can, and let's get into today's content. So today I wanted to talk about the fact that I need your guys' help. So I need your guys' help picking my next car. And you guys all know that I sold the GT500. The GT500 is officially gone. And I've been in the process over the last couple of weeks picking out the new car and what I want to purchase. And I have officially narrowed my picks down to 5 cars that I am looking at. Now, I want to go over the list of these cars with you guys. I want to talk about them, maybe talk about the specs, and then get your feedback on what you guys think. I still want to make this channel all about you guys, so let's interact, let's talk about it, let's jump into my computer, and we will look at all of the cars that I'm looking at. Like I said, there's 5 choices. I'm having a difficulty. There's a range spectrum between years. I mean, it starts way back in 2005 and then it goes to pretty much present. I really did want a supercar, and that's the reason why I sold the GT500. You can go check out the video that I posted about selling the GT500 and the reasons why I sold it. But you know, over the last few months, probably about 6 months or so, I've been keeping my eye out on Auto Trader, and I've been trying to keep my eye out for a supercar, and that's what I'm looking for. So let's go grab my computer and we will look at a few different options, and then we'll talk about the options, and then we can get you guys involved in the choosing process. So let's grab the computer. All right, you guys, so let's check out the options that I have narrowed the choices down to. So option number 1 is a 2005 Ferrari F430. I really like the Ferraris. I like the newer Ferraris and the older Ferraris, but as far as what my budget and what I can afford, it's gonna be an older Ferrari. I really do like these cars. Now, it's a V8. This F430 has 490 horsepower and it's a 4.3 liter V8. So Ferrari ran this car from 2005 to 2009. You know, it's an older car, but I put it as number 1 as my pick when I first started looking for a car and looking for a supercar. Ferrari was going to be my number 1 choice when it came to getting a car. So let's look at car number 2. Car number 2 is a 2017 Porsche 911 Turbo. This car really caught my eye when I was at West Coast Exotic Cars. I've always been a Porsche fan. You guys know that. We had a Porsche Macan, and the 7-speed dual clutch, that thing was amazingly fast. And so Porsche was also a huge one on my list, but I had kind of put it on the back burner when I started looking for the Ferrari. The Ferrari kind of took front runner. So the Porsche, the 911 Turbo, it has a turbocharged engine. It's a 3.6 liter V6 boasting 540 horsepower and a 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. Now, I have a feeling this one is the faster out of the group, so it's the quickest car. However, when you take a look at it, it's a V6. And I don't want to say just a V6 because it's a turbocharged V6, but it's the smallest displacement on the list. And if you look at Porsche, Porsche has a ton of heritage. They are an amazing brand. I have nothing but great things to say about the Porsche. And this particular car, this particular one, it's the newest one on the list. So it's a 2017. So it would be the newest one. Not necessarily the lowest mile one, but for sure the newest one. And when you are talking about a Porsche, you cannot beat the 911. It's also the only one on the list that has 4 seats. So it's a 4-seater. We can go as a family. I can still put the car seat in the back. And that was a huge bonus for me, as far as once I actually saw the car, I automatically fell in love with it. So it bumped it up to putting it on that list. And so 2017 Porsche 911 Turbo, that is way up there on my list. So let's talk about the next car. The next car on the list is a 2015 Audi R8. Now I'm gonna opt for the coupe version, but I wanted to talk about what the R8, this is the first V10, and you guys, you can't beat the sound of a V10. So going from V8 in my Shelby GT500, which sounded great, you guys all have heard my GT500, going from that to a V10, it would be a huge jump. So the first V10 on the list, Audi R8 2015. So the specs on that one, it's 525 horsepower, and basically it's a 5.2 liter V10. A ton of horsepower still, it's all-wheel drive. And the fact that it's all-wheel drive also makes it a really good car because it's going to be super quick off the line, and you know, it's going to compete with the Ferraris and compete with the Lambos. And the bonus about the Audi 2 is the fact that I can take it in for service into a local dealership. You know, I got a local Audi dealer that can change the oil, they can service the car, and it's going to be the easiest car to service on the list. And the fact that I can have a mechanic look at it that is a trusted Audi. Not saying that I can't for the Lambos, but I have a feeling it's going to be a lot easier to take it in for service with the Audi. So that is the third car on the list. I really like the Audi. When I was at West Coast Exotics, there was one in the showroom. It was in the color Suzuka gray. That I completely fell in love with. It was like an off-white, almost gray color. And the fact that, you guys know I like my white cars, the fact that it was pretty close but still gave that really cool gray tint, I thought it was awesome. And then the black wheels and the black accents made it look great. So I put it on my list. Let me guys know what you think down in the comments as far as that one goes, and let's go on to the next car on the list. It's going to be a 2013 Ferrari 458. So the fact that I put two Ferraris on this list really shows the fact that I did my research and I really do want a Ferrari. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna bring a Ferrari, but that was the number one on my list. And you know, I've talked to a few of my buddies and they thought, oh man, it'd be really cool to bring a Ferrari to the channel. But you know, when I started doing my research and I saw the F430s and the 458s, and there's a pretty big price difference between the two. And so this car would be pretty much the top of my budget. It's on the list. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swing it, but it's definitely on the list as far as the one of the cars that I really do want. They are trading currently for about 150,000. So it's at the top of my budget. I was really wanting to keep it below that, but put it on the list anyway, just so you guys can see and you guys can give me an idea of if it's something you guys want to see here on the channel. Stradman just picked one up. He picked up a convertible, and I had my eye on it from before he brought it to the channel, and I really wanted to be kind of one of the only ones on YouTube to bring it, but it's all right. Stradman has it, no hard feelings. Awesome job to him. Okay, so Ferrari 458, it has 562 horsepower, also a V8 engine. So it's a little bit smaller than the Audi, so 4.5 liter V8 engine, 562 horsepower with 398 foot-pound of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. Now, very quick car, not as quick as the 911 Turbo, but again, you are getting a Ferrari, one of the biggest supercars that are out there. So it's a 7-speed automatic dual clutch rear wheel drive, and again, it's over $100,000. All right, so the last car on my list here, you guys, let's go here. Let's talk about that. Is a 2009 Lamborghini Gallardo LP560. Again, this is a V10. This is the second V10 on the list. It is a 5.2 liter V10, horsepower 553 and 398 foot-pound of torque. So if we're going to be comparing the torque numbers between the cars, they're all really similar, high 300s. So as far as the torque numbers, they're all pretty close. Now it's going to come down to weight of the car as far as how fast they are. You know, I've done some research on that, but I think that as far as the weight goes, they're all pretty similar as well. I really like the Huracans. So as far as the Huracan goes, they were above my budget as well. So if you're looking, they're trading at about 175 to just under 200,000, and so that's just way too over my budget as far as being able to afford a supercar. So I put the 2009 Gallardo on there. At one time, it was one of my dream cars back in the day. You know, as I was growing up in early 2000s, I graduated high school in the year 2000, and the Gallardo had just really came out. and that tells you how old I am, you guys. But it was a dream car of mine to have. At that time, you know, thinking 25 years into the future, it was my dream to own a Lamborghini. Right now is going to be the fact that I'm going to be bringing my very first supercar. So that's where we're at. We're in the process of keeping our eyes out on the supercars, and I've narrowed it down to these 5 cars, you guys. So it's going to be one of these cars. I guarantee it is going to be one of these cars, and I really want to get your guys' input on what you guys want to see. There's 2 V10s on the list. There is a V6 and then 2 V8s on the list. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want to see another V8 on the channel? Do you guys want me to bring another V8 car similar to my GT500 and my truck? Or do you want to see me bump it up to a V10? Let me know, you guys. I'm keeping my eye open and my options open, so I'm not in too much of a hurry. I am thinking probably in about a month or so. I'm still going to be doing my research and finding the right car. I haven't found the right car yet, so probably in about a month or so we'll reconvene and we'll talk and we'll kind of see where we're at as far as that goes. My GT500 has officially sold. I picked up the check from that on Friday, and so now I have the money in the bank in order to allow me to put a down payment on my supercar. So that's where we're at now. Instead of just kind of research, now it's going to be serious research, getting in contact with dealers, private sellers, whatever. It's going to be serious research, talking, negotiating, and figuring out which car it's going to be. But again, let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments below. I will take your feedback into consideration. All right, you guys, that is it for this episode of Hot Wheels Dad. I really appreciate you guys coming here and spending your time with me. It really is so humbling to me and so special to me, the fact that you guys tune into my channel on a weekly basis. This is all about fun, all about you guys, all about just having fun on this channel. That's what I want to bring to you guys. Thank you for your feedback on my last upload as far as showing you my analytics. I really appreciate that. It seems like you guys want to see more of that. So once a month we will continue to get that up for you guys so you can see that. If you haven't already, please browse the rest of my channel, check it out, check out the rest of the videos I have a ton of videos on my F-150, lots of stuff to see on that, exhaust, engine, mods, a lot of stuff going on with the F-150. I really appreciate you guys checking that out. If you like what you see on the channel, please give me a subscribe. It really does help my channel out. It helps others find my channel and discover my channel. It brings more people to be able to view my channel, so thank you so much for that. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy this upcoming week. It is going to be a hot one here in California. Always remember, you are the maker of your own story, so don't forget to make it legendary. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.